Good afternoon, Miss Ocean.
I would just want the simple life. I just want to hold down a job, make some friends. You know, pay my bills.
Debbie Ocean, played by Sandra Bullock, is Danny Ocean's sister. So this movie begins with her release from prison. And she has had, I think, 4.5 years to come up with a truly great cop.
She comes from a family of thieves, and it's what she's good at. She's not the one who's got all the talent, but she knows talent, and she knows how to put it together. And she lets them do their job. Very much like George, her job is to just assemble the best and let them do some stealing.
In 3.5 weeks, the Met will be hosting its annual ball. And we are going to rob it, not the ball itself.
On the neck of Daphne Kluger.
I have always thought the best part about these Oceans movies is the whole sequence when they assemble the team. And of course, what's hilarious in them too is you have somebody who's being approached by, whether it's George Clooney and Brad Pitt or Sandra Bullock and Cate Blanchett, and you have someone and they're like, I don't know, tell me more. And they're like, you have $16 million, you get to hang out with us for a month and a half. And we're like, I want to hang out with my kid. Like your character, Timmy's like, I don't know.
I think I'm going to be with my kids.
In my McMansion.
Yeah.
I think that'd be more fun.
With my microwaves.
And then at the end, you're like, come on, Timmy. Come on, Amita. So that's, I think, a really fun part of it is that, like, to have these two people knock on your door. It's like the most fun wish fulfillment interaction you could have.
How long would it take you to make 7 pieces of jewelry?
5 or 6 hours.
How long if I told you you didn't have to live with your mother anymore?
इसलिए तुम्हारे पास कोई पति नहीं है.
Less.
The central spine of the story is just a great heist movie, but there's so much comedy in there. But of course, it all hangs on the dynamic of these 8 characters, these 8 brilliant women, who all bring something to the table which is completely unique.
What's your name?
Name Ball.
What's your real name?
8 Ball.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think this film really has going for it, is that being about, not about and starring so many women, there was room for contradiction. And that's a human trait, and it was really exciting to just get to play people who are allowed to exist more fully than maybe they traditionally have been.
We will not be the prime suspects unless we screw up.
I think that they all have like layers of complexities and wrinkles, and we don't have a ton of time because we have 8 characters, but we investigate and allude to their family life. We don't ever just assume these people like materialize for purpose of the heist. They're real human beings, they have real lives, it informs their choices, but they come together and coalesce.
I'm out.
I'm gonna tell you how big the job is.
I'll be back before you know it.
Can I come with you?
This is Mommy's very special work trip. Gary Ross really assembled a group of girls that really feel to me like a group of girls that would hang out, and yet we're all very different.
You have Sandra Bullock and Cate Blanchett just sitting next to each other, both looking incredible, and Rihanna's right there, just kind of like doing her own thing, and then you have Mindy Kaling in the background.
And we bring different energy to everything, and we all come with our own sort of particular quirks, but you could never plan the alchemy of that, and it has been really great. There's not a bad apple in the bunch.
Valued at over $100 million.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. I mean, because all of the actors' energies was different, and you know, in these films, there's kind of an echo of who you're perceived to be and who your character is. So that was an interesting thing to play with, but it's I think that's it's a feat of writing, it's a feat of direction, but it's also a feat of acting collaboration.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved is everybody allowed everyone to have their own moment, and it was real ensemble playing, which for me has happened in the theatre a lot, but doesn't always get to happen on on screen.
Is it genetic? Are the whole family like this?
Literally.
I think that's the allure of this movie, you know? People wanted to be a part of it. They knew.
You would think that navigating 8 people's schedules was harrowing. You would then think, how are we going to navigate all these other major celebrities and entities? Somehow it worked out. People offered to show up on their own dime, on their own time, in their own clothes, get gussied up, and we shot nights at the Met. It wasn't a nice day shoot. We arrived at 7 and we're done at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So everyone was there by their own free will and contributed, and that's overwhelming. I think if you I haven't really begun to think about how amazing that is. You know, Common shows up.
I loved the original Oceans movie, and I loved the movies. I thought they were so fun.
It was a fantasy, yet it had very real moments. So everything was very believable, even though it was implausible. They had you believe it because they were so committed to being in that world.
Revenge. It's a twofer.
You want to nod to the original, but it is its own thing. It's 8 new women, it's a brand new city, it's a brand new vibe. And Soderbergh and I talked about this a lot, that how much is an homage and how much is a nod to the previous stuff and how much is fresh and new.
Do not run a job in a job.
Inside Warner. Não perca Oito Mulheres e Segredo, nos cinemas.
Can't we just go to this? Do we have to steal stuff?
Yes.